Have you ever heard the term eras, or what era are you? Miss Taylor Swift and her Eras tour were the start of this. Involved were friendship bracelets and the screaming of lyrics all over the world. Not only has the NFL changed, but everyone all over has had the influence of Taylor Swift's music and her ability to capture such emotion with every lyric. I've always had a special place for Taylor Swift because of all the obstacles she has overcome, but also her constant optimism and amazing songwriting. I love being able to connect with her music and share her journey as she became the Taylor Swift. To start off, I will explain how she started off and how she got to sold out stadiums all over the world and her stamp on all of us. To begin, I will introduce you on how Taylor's early life was. The Taylor Swift Museum states she was born on December 13th, 1989, hence why 13 is her favorite number, and she has an album called 1989, in West Reading, Pennsylvania. Her parents' names were Andrea and Scott Swift. Her family then moved from a family farm to Nashville, Tennessee, where her songwriting for country songs started off. She had taken voice lessons, and according to an interview she did with Bibliography, at 11 years old, she sang the Star Spangled Banner at a basketball game. After then, she signed with Sony/ATC at the age of 14, and then to Big Machine label, and released her first single, which was Tim McGraw. And she was one of the younger ones to have signed with Sony, since she did it at the age of 14. For her debut album, she went on tour being the opening act to promote for her music. Then she continued to release her second album, Fearless. She continued to open for a few different artists to promote her albums, so she would be able to go on tour for them after, one of them also being Tim McGraw. Taylor has overcome many obstacles at many points of her fame. So how did Taylor get to selling out all over the world? She had to face people misjudging and constant criticism. There was a big controversial event that happened in 2009 involving Kanye West. According to Britannica, as Taylor was doing her acceptance speech at the award show VMAs for winning Best Female Video for You Belong With Me, which was the album on the Fearless album, Kanye West interrupted her, saying Beyonce had the best video of all times. This led to a lot of people booing, which Taylor thought was for her, but it was actually directed towards Kanye. Kanye then dissed her in later songs and made it worse. Taylor Swift for a long time thought that people were always booing at her at that situation. And since she was very young, since when this situation occurred, it took her a little while to be able to gain back that confidence. And then hearing all the diss tracks that were released on Kanye's albums and kind of everything that people were saying really took a toll on her mentally. Everybody was against her, so as Taylor Swift, she released Reputation, since everyone had something bad to say about her and making her seem like the villain. Her album was made, since it was called Reputation, it was kind of making, since everybody hated her reputation at that time, she was kind of like reclaiming back her name and be like, hey, you guys have all this bad things to say about me, but here you go, I'm just going to use it and continue being able to write music and do what I love. Taylor Swift had an uphill battle also with owning her albums. So after she left Big Machine in 2018, her sixth albums got sold to Scooter Braun, and they would not sell them back to Taylor. Taylor got a lot of backlash involving this, but also revolving her dating life. After this, Taylor realized that she could own her music by re-releasing her music. So Taylor's version was born. She now owns Fearless, Red, Speak Now, in 1989. Then after, she released Midnight's Lover, Folklore, and Evermore, and also her new album, which is The Tortured Poets Department. Now she only has 2 albums left for her to claim back, Reputation and Debut. Debut was one of her very first albums. Taylor continues to grow more and more and winning more awards, and now releasing new albums. Lastly, I will elaborate on how Taylor Swift left her stamp on the world. According to a New York Post by Chuck Arnold, she now is currently on tour for her Eras Tour, consisting of a 3-hour-long show, 10 albums, 44 songs, and costume changes. She wanted to deliver the best performance for her audience, so Taylor and her crew rehearsed for months and provided a setup so everyone feels included. With this, she had screens on the sides, and she made sure to have a really big stage to make sure everybody was able to see her. She also provided light-up bracelets for all her fans so that every single fan felt seen. She also did surprise songs, changing from show to show, so being able to add a little bit of personality to every single show she was at. Taylor has always taken everything in her control and puts fans first, and to make sure they felt heard and seen. She prioritizes her fans and making sure she makes a connection with everyone, said billboards. She stands up for her fans whenever she must, and this has been shown on her tour when her fans all needed water and even with the passing of a fan. Also, she has changed genres so her fan base can enjoy more variety of her. She has persevered and inspired people all over the world and continues allowing her music to be a method of coping. In conclusion, Taylor Swift has influenced a lot of people all over the world, including me. She has faced many obstacles and surpassed the false accusations people have formed. She reminds women that they are able to do anything men can, how powerful yet heartbreaking love can be, and how truly magnificent the world is.